Today we're talking about your wedding support system, vendors. Your vendor team is just that, a team, who will work together to bring your vision to life. I'm going to break down all of the vendors you'll need and what order and what percentage of your total budget you'll spend on each. I just need to know that this wedding vendor cost breakdown is based on national averages. It should just be used as a starting point. You might also notice that the percentages don't add up to 100%, and that's on purpose. It's because your wedding cost breakdown will depend on a number of factors like how much money you have to spend, the location and time of the year you're getting married, and your top priorities. You'll have your pick of wedding vendors if you start booking at least a year out. So, if you're hiring a full-service wedding planner who helps you with every step of the way, you'll want to hire them first. Planners can be super helpful with a lot of the early parts of wedding planning, setting a budget, finding a venue, and more. On average, you can expect to spend about 5% of your wedding budget on a planner. You haven't officially set the date of your wedding until you have a location. The biggest chunk of your budget, about 30%, will go towards your venue. Catering takes up another pretty sizable piece of your budget, about 23%, and that's just the food. If your venue has catering in-house, you can skip this. But if not, you'll need to hire a caterer to provide all the yummy food for your big day. Some caterers also provide rentals like plates and silverware, but if not, you'll also have to book a separate rental company. Some venues offer catering and other services in-house, so be sure you know which vendors you actually have to book yourself. Some venues require you to choose vendors off an approved list, while others give you free rein to hire whomever you want. Alcohol costs an additional 7% of your budget, so if you want to save big on your food and drink, limit your bar to just wine, beer, and a signature cocktail, as opposed to a full open bar. Next up, hire your photographer. Photographers tend to book up pretty quickly, so it's better to hire one sooner than later. You'll want to find someone whose work you love, of course, but also someone you click with since you'll be spending a ton of time with them on your wedding day. Photographers tend to take up about 7% of your budget. You'll also want to hire a videographer who can create an amazing memory of your wedding. You can check out the Not to Read reviews and view samples of a videographer's work, but you can also ask your photographer for recommendations. A videographer will likely cost about 6% of your total wedding budget. So now's the time to book your florist. Flowers can be expensive, so it's important to provide your florist with your flower budget right off the bat. They'll find creative ways to make gorgeous arrangements within your price range. You'll likely spend about 7% of your total budget on flowers. Music sets the tone for your wedding day, so it's crucial to find music pros you love. For your reception, you can book a live band or a DJ. Live bands tend to cost more, about 13% of your budget, while a DJ often costs less, about 4%. An officiant has an essential role to play on your wedding day. Without one, you won't officially be married. You have some choices here. You can book a religious officiant or a secular one. You'll likely spend about 1% of your budget on your officiant's fee or a donation to their house of worship if you booked a religious official. Some venues provide a wedding cake as part of their packages, but if you're going to outsource your desserts, you'll want to find a baker who can create a cake or dessert spread that looks and tastes amazing. No matter what type of dessert you choose, they'll probably take up about 1% of your budget. You might be surprised at how long it takes to order your wedding look, between 6 to 9 months, so start shopping early. You should reserve about 6% of your budget for you and your partner's attire. One of the most fun parts of wedding planning, in my opinion, is picking out your invitations and paper products, like save the dates, ceremony programs, menus, and more. There are lots of resources for this. One of my favorites being the Not invitations. Your stationery will comprise about 2% of your total budget. I definitely recommend hiring professionals to take care of all of your wedding day glam. While you're technically only responsible for shelling out for your own hair and makeup, it might also be a nice gesture to pay for your wedding party and any other VIPs. Hair and makeup typically takes about 2% of your budget. Lighting can really create an amazing ambiance for your big day, and depending on your venue, you may need to bring in an outside lighting company. Lighting and other additional decorations can comprise about 5% of your wedding budget. Many couples opt to hire additional entertainment for their guests, whether it's a karaoke setup, live painters or caricature artists, additional music performers, or dancers. These experiences are certainly optional, but will definitely make your day unique. If you're going this route, set aside 3% of your budget. Whether you hire a stretch limo, a party bus, or shuttles for your guests, reliable transportation ensures you get to where you need to be on time. I recommend reserving at least 3% of your wedding budget for transportation. While you don't have to give out wedding favors, it's certainly a nice gesture that will make your guests feel appreciated. It's also a good idea to set aside some budget for thank you gifts for your wedding party and close family. You can set aside about 1% of your budget for favors and gifts. Last but certainly not least, you'll need to work with a jeweler, online or in person, for your wedding rings. On average, couples spend about 7% of their total wedding budget on the rings. Whew! That was a lot. But once you've booked all of your vendors, you're pretty much ready to go for the rest of your planning process. The Knot has an amazing directory of thousands of wedding vendors, so definitely check out the link in the description below to start finding yours. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. We're here to help. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for even more insider wedding planning tips.